Wow. Mitch, dude, what'd you do today, man?
Dude, today I slept in because it was a long weekend of South by Southwest.
What do you mean it was long? What made it long?
Dude, yesterday I played in the Startup Olympics.
You played in it?
I played in it.
So you're talking, when you say you played, you were not part of the Startup Olympics as a participant. You were the musician, which...
No.
Dang it.
The sports.
You were in the sports?
Yes.
What is that all about anyways?
There's a guy named Corey. Is the founder of We Strive, and so he does... It's only been beer pong previous 2 years. And this year he added large Jenga and cornhole into the mix. So you pick two of them, and then you played those.
What'd you play?
I played beer pong and Jenga.
Real beer?
No, I didn't drink it all.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You're not a drink guy, are you?
No, I'll drink sometimes, but
Sometimes?
not a huge drink guy, yeah.
Oh. How come only sometimes?
Me and alcohol have a long relationship we need to work on.
You're working on it together, right?
We're working on it together.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. So other than participating in fun events like that, I see you having fun all the time. You got an incredible crew of dudes that you're chilling out with. What have you been doing for income these days?
It's a great question. My last full-time position was with a company called Dreamland Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
I was the event manager over there and did the marketing newsletter.
Big deal.
Big deal. Thank you.
It's the manager of a huge complex, and it's publicly known. It's got a bunch of reviews, right? You were the manager. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I started off as a bartender playing pickleball, and then kind of worked my way up.
Okay. Well, how did you acquire that position? Did you ask, or did they come to you?
No, it just kind of happened naturally. I had already founded Modern Ideation, which is like a marketing consulting firm for social media for small businesses.
Yeah.
Before that, I worked for a digital marketing firm that kind of put small businesses on like long retainers, and I don't believe did a great job of representing them online because usually they just weren't aware of how to catch up with the social media craze nowadays. So I took that experience and applied it to local businesses and where I grew up, Dripping Springs, and then I got a few clients, like a concert venue out there, a chiropractic office, a few things. And I was doing that while working at Dreamland because obviously I was a young entrepreneur, still not making that much. And so started bartending on the side there because I loved pickleball. And I think the event manager quit. They had a change of CEOs, and I just became friends with the owner, and things fell into place. And I took over the event management, then I took over the socials and the newsletter. And then by the beginning of 2022, it was me and two other guys on the whole facade. And so,
I mean, how many other guys?
Me and two other people.
Two?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not that many to run such a huge operation.
No.
How many acres is that place?
I think 80-something.
80? What?
Yeah.
Do they use all 80?
No. There's a disc golf course, too, that uses a lot of stuff in the back.
Oh, you play DG?
No, not much. I'm not too good at it, but I do like to play.
Okay. So, all right. Now, how long did that last as the general manager at Dreamland?
I wasn't the GM. I was just a manager.
Or the event manager.
Event manager. Around 5 months. I left in February of 2022.
Why'd you leave?
All I was doing was CrossFit, working there. I never came to Austin, and I was like, I just felt called to try to start Project Wildfire. I hadn't started it yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to break free. I also wasn't releasing music. I was completely off social media, and I felt like I was filling a position of what my parents, my family, my friends around me wanted me to be now as like, this adult living this good life. Because I kind of had went from this party animal, wannabe rapper as a younger man, making a lot of mistakes. And then I just wanted to desperately be viewed differently by the world. And so that's what that life was. But I knew I was suppressing music. I was suppressing my dreams. I was suppressing a lot of risks I knew I needed to take.
What else do you do these days?
So
Walk us through your week.
So I've been doing modeling and acting.
Yeah.
Haven't made any real money from either of those things. Really now I'm trying to kind of build a portfolio.
Wild.
Yeah. But I've done 2 shoots this month. One for my good friend Greg, another Greg, who does Infinite Form.
I feel like I've seen that guy's Instagram.
He's a baller, dude.
Right?
He's a baller.
Yeah.
Super good guy, leading a great community of fitness.
Oh, do you know Ethan Espinoza by chance?
That also sounds super familiar.
I think him and Greg are friends, and they work out a couple times together.
Okay.
Anyways, go ahead. Small world.
Small world.
Ish.
And then at the Sabian Center, my friends Draco and Brian are the co-owners there, starting something called No Pace Club, which is just another one of their holistic ventures, which is peppermint oil and reverse osmosis water is a spray to replace toothpaste, and then a bamboo brush with boar bristles instead of plastic. So they're promoting anti-fluoride, anti-plastic.
And it's called what club?
No Paste Club.
Paste. Oh, I thought you said pace, as in, running pace. But no, it's paste.
Paste.
Wow. Paste. Put it down and pick up the peppermint.
That's right. That's good. We should write that down.
Put it down and pick up the peppermint. So, okay. And then who's this crew you're hanging out with? Who are these guys? They seem like they got some things in common. No surprise there, but
I think there's a perfect blend in Austin of ambitious people, people that prioritize their health, but also know how to have fun, but fun in a new way.
Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Fun in a new way.
What do you mean?
I think it's almost like an aspect of playfulness, like childlike playfulness going around. It's not just trying to play this part in this social hierarchy of I'm this, spend the money on the drinks, walk into the building, get the girls, but it's truly just a group of men trying to help better themselves and have the most fun they can in life, but challenging what having the most fun means.
Yeah.
As it's commonly displayed by successful men.
Yeah, you notice that. They're all, I see that all the time on social media for people that I follow here in Austin. Mm-hmm. They're having fun all the time.
Yeah.
And they're also kicking butt in life.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out. It's something, if you're listening to this, to be aware of when entering the entrepreneur space in Austin. I think you got to be aware of that. Keep to it. You can't be too uptight here, right? No. This doesn't fly. No, it's not like other cities.
Can't act cool. People don't like it.
No, you got to be a little weird.
You do.
Just a smidge. All right, cool. So you got a lot on your plate, yeah? And you're doing the piano.
Doing the piano.
And you got to talk about the piano for a second. Holy smokes, this guy's a freaking master pianist. A master. I don't know many masters.
You don't know many masters?
No.
I wouldn't say master, but...
You did say master at the party that we were talking at. You did. You said I'm a master. And now you're saying you're not. So what is that? Pick one.
I'm a master.
All right, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So how'd you become a master, dude? What is that, Like...
Well, my parents, first of all, put me in lessons when I was like 4.
4. Like, yeah, but you had to have liked it.
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
I think a part of me did, but a part of me didn't like. I was doing like the competitions, like everybody who took the lessons, we all did, or had to recite and
really
get our little. We have a collection of little trophies or different composers.
You still got them?
They're somewhere in the closet.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So 4.
Yeah, I remember there was a time in maybe the end of middle school, beginning of high school, where I almost felt embarrassed that I played piano.
You did?
Yeah, and then I was at some like house or something. I played piano and everyone like went crazy, and I was like, oh wait, I'm onto something here.
Yeah, dude. I resonate with that. I played the trumpet for 5 years.
Let's go.
And then I didn't like carrying it on the school bus. I hated it. It was clunky.
It's big.
And it wasn't the one I wanted to pick. When I was in 5th grade, they said, you get 2 choices. What's your first choice? Guess what I picked for my first choice?
Saxophone.
No, dude. It's pretty funny. Because there's some kids out there that is their first choice. For me, it was the drums, man.
Oh, yeah.
The drums, because it's like you're dancing. You love to dance, so it's like, it's me, not this.
Your fingers are dancing, though.
Yeah. Not a finger dancer.
The same.
I'm a full-body dancer.
Full-bodied.
So anyways, they said, all right, what's your second pick? Because we already picked all the drummers. I said, dude, what? So I said, trumpet. And they asked me why. I said, because I'm good at blowing up balloons. Remember, like it was yesterday.
So you're good at blowing up balloons.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
Yeah, what makes you good at piano? You got fast fingers?
I guess. I think it's kind of it's a flow thing. It's a flow thing, because I can like freestyle on piano pretty well.
Yeah.
Just kind of hear something like, I don't like compose as in like write music all the time. Like I could, but I like make stuff up on the piano all the time.
Is that where you find your peace?
I think I find my peace, and I think everybody has their own flow.
Yeah.
And my flow definitely is in a musical creation.
Oh.
Where it kind of like separates you from all parts of life. Like I hear people talking about when they spar in boxing, everything else in life melts. Maybe for them, that's when they're, whatever it is,
Yeah.
It might be dancing. For me, that is like music creation. Like everything else melts, and it's not me even creating it. It's like just like an outside force directly through me. It feels like I'm not even making the music. Like that's when I write my lyrics. Like I don't sit down and write. It's usually when I play instrumentals in the car and they just like come out because my frontal lobe is occupied. I notice when my frontal lobe is occupied is when I like flow the best.
Dang. What else do you do to keep your frontal lobe occupied?
Well, driving does that because of, that's very interesting. I've kind of like tried to research how to shut down your frontal lobe to kind of allow that other part of your brain to flow. And driving automatically does that because you're like kind of autopilot focused, like driving.
Dishes. Doing dishes.
Doing dishes. That could work. I don't even think I've ever tried that.
Even though it kind of sucks. And I hate doing dishes.
I like doing dishes.
Yeah. Maybe because that frontal lobe action you're getting.
I think so. Because I always get my best thinking done.
Yeah.
When I'm doing little tasks like that.
Something up with that. Something up with that. Like a meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? All right. We don't want to miss anything. Okay? We'd like to paint a picture of exactly where you're at right now. What you're doing. Is there anything we might have missed? I'm talking women. I'm talking other endeavors that you're working on right now. Any side projects? Is there anything that's happening in your life that we did not cover today? Because we got to get the full picture.
All right, let's get a full picture.
Yeah.
I think I'm glad you brought up women because I think that's something that me and some of my friends are closer to my age, like Matt Worthington. If you're familiar with him with Riser, I've recently been talking about is like kind of women and socialization, like having fun as a young man and hanging out with people your own age. Because, the party we were just at, I was the youngest person there by 10 years probably.
Really?
Like on average.
Yeah.
So there is a part of us that like misses out on hanging out with people our own age. And so that's why I started Project Wildfire at the beginning. I did fire starters just to try to congregate people my own age that were kind of asking the same questions as me, but also have fun. So no, women's definitely a thing. I think you need to go on dates to feel out your options because I think that most people don't take their partner as seriously as they should. They treat it as something as fun, like they need to have, instead of like a true partnership. That's like the biggest decision you'll ever make.
Yeah.
So
one of them.
Obviously looking for a partner like me and my friends are, but also trying to stay disciplined on becoming the person for our ideal wife rather than looking for our ideal wife right now.
Be the person. Then do the activity to get what you want. Yeah. So you been on any dates lately or what?
Yeah, I have.
How was it? What was the last date you went on? Where'd you go?
I went to Uchiko.
What'd you eat?
Too much food. Too much money.
Good sushi. And you went to Uchi. Was it a first date?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing? First date, coffee, $5. Feel it out. Hey, you're cool. Let's go to the park after this. Get some fresh air. $5. Second date, maybe Uchi.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Mitchy? Come on over here. This guy, big spender. Watch out, ladies. All right. Okay. I'm going to edit that out. We don't want to give them, too much.
Not too much.
Those ladies out there. Ready to snatch you right up, Mitch. So anyways, that sounds like a fun life you got going on. Now we're going to have a little more fun. But before we do that, go on to segment number 2 here. We got to do a fit check, right? Mm-hmm. We always do this with the guests.
Yeah.
So what do you got rocking today? What do we got? Black t-shirt.
Black t-shirt.
Black joggers.
Black joggers.
Black and white sneakers.
Black and white sneakers.
Yeah. You blacked out.
I'm blacked out.
Yeah. Is that a Sunday thing? Is that an everyday thing?
No, I'd say like 75% of my clothes are like black.
Black.
I wear a lot of black.
Yeah. I think last time I saw you wearing black. And I said, who's this black guy? And he said, I'm Mitch. That's dope. And then, we got, dude, digging those starters.
Dude.
It's such a throwback to my childhood. That's awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I get a lot of compliments on these.
Yeah.
I just found the camera.
They stumbled on you. Yeah.
Yep.
Show them.
They're starters.
Yeah, dude.
$20 at Marshall's.
Yeah.
$20.
I freaking love it. A lot of throwback stuff is definitely in play these days too, like that Casio watch, that $20 Casio watch.
Mm-hmm.
Classic, bro. It's freaking, you can't deny it. It's awesome. So now we're gonna paint a picture of your life. All right, this is a project I like to do for our guests, for you, because let's say in 300 years your family wants to get a little bit more connected with you, but they never had a chance to talk with you. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna tap deep into your mind. We're gonna ask you some very specific questions. We're going to go in places that you probably haven't gone in a while. So get ready for the roller coaster ride.
I'm ready.
Mitch, when were you born? Month and year?
June 2000.
June 2000? So that makes you
23.
23. Almost 24.
Almost.
So doing my math over here. And where were you born?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery. Both your parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were living in the same house when you were born?
Yep.
Okay. Why are they in Montgomery, Alabama?
Dad's work. Moved him there.
Your dad, what does he do?
Works in the government.
What's his name?
Tom.
Tom? Oh, yeah. Got you. We won't talk too much about Pop. I remember what we talked about, what he does. And then, what's your mom do?
My mom, she was a college professor, but she's a nonprofit consulting agency.
Yeah.
So she's on the board of several nonprofits. Her main gig is on the board of Foster Village, and then She runs Patriots Hall.
So Tom and
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
MJ, baby.
One more dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain.
Uh-oh.
Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Cool. So you got any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have a little brother that's 17 right now, and an older sister is 28.
17 and 28?
Very sparse spread.
17, 28. You're in the middle. Mm-hmm. You're a freaking middle child.
I'm a middle child.
That's good. You're grounded. Mm-hmm. You're like centered.
Yeah.
That's what we like. All right. Now, what was it like? How many years were you in Montgomery, Alabama?
12.
Do you remember what it was like growing up in that house, your first house?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you clearly visualize it by chance?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Our guest yesterday could not. He could not. He had zero recollection of what his house looked like, and I thought that was fascinating.
No, I can vision every room, like, very clearly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, was there any turmoil in the house by chance growing up?
No.
No?
No, I'm super blessed to have an amazing childhood and great married parents.
Yeah, what about living with your brother and your sister? How was that growing up in that first house?
I mean, I think me and my sister had our fair share of fighting like any other sibling.
She fought with you? What do you guys fight about?
I think I was always just such a clowny kid.
Yeah? And what happened?
I was probably picking the fights.
Oh, you were?
Oh, probably.
She's younger.
She's older.
She's older. She's the 28 one. Yeah. And you were picking fights with her?
Probably.
Why would you do that?
I don't remember why.
You don't remember?
We're very different people.
What's she like?
Way more quiet and reserved. She's valedictorian. Summa cum laude at Baylor, whatever you call it.
Duty?
Yep. White House internship, electrical engineer. Now works for the government as well. Very intelligent woman. And her husband works for NASA.
Go figure.
It runs Ironmans.
2 engineers running Ironmans. Where do they live?
Washington, D.C.
Of course. Yeah. Good for them.
Good for them.
If I see her, I'm giving her a high five.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you're doing it.
They just got married last October.
High five.
High five.
That's amazing. So, normal with the brother and sister. What was the name of your first elementary school? What was the name of that school?
Forest Avenue.
Forest Avenue. What was it like going there?
It was a magnet school, so you had to test to get in.
Yeah.
So I think it was slightly different than most public schools in the area.
Oh.
Montgomery is like a slightly lower income area. It's very, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even knowledgeable on the economic status of Montgomery, Alabama to say what it is, but I definitely remember there being a drastic difference between the school I went to there and the school I went to here. Like all the paint on the walls were chipping off. It was a very old building, even though it was a magnet school. You can tell 100%.
A magnet. What the heck does magnet mean?
I don't know. Maybe it's just an Alabama word, but
magnet,
high academic. You had to test to get in past certain.
I wonder if that stands for something. Magnet.
Magnificent.
You know?
Altering.
That's you.
It's me.
Magnificent. Mr. Magnificent over here. So, all right, you went to school, and what was it like when you're actually there, though? Was it a pleasant experience? Did you get in trouble at all?
Oh, I got in so much trouble.
Why'd you get in trouble?
I've always gotten in trouble.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of a picture we're going to have to paint a little bit more clear, because usually that trouble is going to end up in one of two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's start out, because it started way back in the day you were getting in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing?
I was always a class clown.
Yeah, so what's one thing that specifically comes to mind that you were a class clown, you got in trouble?
Standing on a desk dancing.
You stood on the desk.
And danced.
And you danced. What class was that?
That was the first time I got in trouble.
Elementary school?
No, that was preschool. The first time I ever got in trouble.
Preschool?
My mom tells me that story. She remembers.
Yeah.
Got on the desk, shook my tushy, verbatim.
You
what
did?
The teacher said.
Shook your tushy.
She said it was adorable, but she had to put me at yellow light because I disrupted the class.
Dude, that's freaking great, dude. It's okay. All right, that's preschool.
That's preschool.
All right, you got your first taste of trouble. Now you're in elementary school. Mm-hmm. What's going on there?
Oh, I think it was always me and a buddy. Just couldn't stop laughing in class at serious times.
Yeah.
Doing whatever ruckus.
Yeah. What kind of ruckus were you causing? I mean, you remember any poignant memories from that time? I know it's a throwback, dude. We're taking it way back today.
I can't remember any specific thing that I did to get in trouble, honestly.
You never went to the principal's office at elementary school?
I don't think so. I don't think I ever got in that much trouble.
You scathed by.
Yeah, it was like yellow light situations.
What's yellow light?
What is
that?
You didn't have that at elementary school?
No.
You had like your clip, and it was either yellow light or your really bad red light.
Oh, we had something like that. Yeah.
I was a yellow light.
They had a vote on us. My class voted on us every day.
Your entire class?
The whole class, peer voting, dude.
Who was the worst kid?
If you're bad, dude, the class would vote you, and you cannot go to extra recess at the end of the day.
democracy.
Bro, I was not an extra recess ever, dude.
They always voted you.
Very rarely I would not be an extra recess.
Wow.
But yeah, Mr. Barley, that teacher of mine, sick, twisted guy. What are you doing, bro? Pinning kids against each other like that?
Maybe that taught a valuable lesson that shaped who you are.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll never know.
All right. Fast forward past elementary school, because you did great. Mm-hmm. Your family's happy.
Yeah.
Right? Play sports?
Oh, yeah. I did taekwondo growing up. And both my parents, my mom played D1 tennis.
Yeah.
Ed won state in high school. She's a bala.
And what? In high school? What'd you say? Oh, she won state. It's a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Dad played college tennis too.
Yeah, way to go, Mary Jane. Your dad played tennis?
My dad also played collegiate tennis, yeah.
You know something that probably tells me they met on the tennis court.
They did.
Wow.
Yep.
Would you look at that?
My mom's dad brought him over because he thought he was such a stellar guy and introduced him to his daughter. That's how my dad and my mom met.
Your mom... Oh.
My mom's dad's the one who brought him over and introduced him.
Yeah, he said, hey, I want to introduce you to my daughter, Mary Jane. And they said, all right, nice to meet you. Y'all like that.
That's what happened.
In Montgomery.
No, that was in Texas. My mom grew up in Sabinal, Texas.
Where? Sabinal?
Sabinal, yeah, down south.
Where'd your dad grow up?
My grandfather was in the military, so they moved all over, but he was born in West Virginia.
WV.
WV.
Have you ever been over there?
No.
Really? Oh, me either. I don't plan on it either.
I don't plan on it either.
It's pretty country.
The Northeast.
Yeah.
That general area, I'm like...
Dude, New York, though? New York's pretty tight.
I haven't been in New York since I was young.
It's pretty dope. Hudson Valley, too? Let me tell you. Anyways. So, where'd you go to middle school? What state?
Dripping Springs Middle School.
No.
Yeah.
So, right in middle school, you moved?
Correct.
Right before?
In between 5th and 6th grade.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Why'd you move here?
Dad's work again.
They really moved him around.
Montgomery office to Austin office, yep.
Yeah. And then your mom, she was still the chair of a bunch of things.
No, she was a college professor when we were in Alabama.
Oh.
Moved to Texas.
Yeah.
That's when, obviously, she had to make her new network here.
So what was she professing?
I have no idea.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Come on, dude.
I think it was people trying to get their doctorates in some nonprofit world. Maybe it's like...
And she's the one to talk to. She knows about that stuff.
I know. I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
Wow.
It'll come to me in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. If it does, I'll blurt it out.
Right.
All right. Cool. And then Dripping Springs Middle School, what was that like for you? Because it seems like you had a good run of staying out of trouble, which is surprising. Keep going. Middle school comes about. You're the new guy. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Well, I don't think it was like I was the new guy because there was 3 different elementary schools and they all meet in the middle. So everyone's the new guy. Everyone feels like the new guy.
Yeah.
No, but I was never an unconfident kid. I would go up to anyone and...
Yeah. You'd be like, what up?
I remember in 6th grade, I went up and asked a girl out, and she said no to me. It was the first time I ever got rejected.
She didn't know she's missing out.
She didn't know she was missing out.
If she said yes, she would be right here today, perhaps.
Because in elementary, I was popping in that school.
Yeah.
Every girl I asked out said yes. Had like 6 different little girlfriends through elementary school.
Yeah. How'd you treat them?
Fantastic.
How'd you communicate with them?
Great, I think.
No, I mean, like, did you write them notes or did you drop off candy at their class?
No, I was always hanging out in person.
Yeah?
Quality time.
Really?
I gave my quality time.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
In the hallways.
In elementary school?
Yeah, man. Everywhere.
Dang.
They're always in the same class. You know, you have your one class and you stick with them the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is so funny. I had a girlfriend in 5th grade. Her classroom was next to mine. I always used to drop off candy in her classroom. And then everybody just go...
That's funny.
And then we had this internet system. Freaking internet, dude. Where it was like AOL Instant Messenger. But it was... You would get this little letter when you log in. It would be a little letter. And you can text message each other. In 5th grade, we were text messaging. Yeah. The school's computer system.
Huh.
Dude, it was amazing. Every time you log in, boom, there's her name. It was like, heck yeah, dude.
It was a good feeling.
Yeah, it felt good.
Give you that energy to get past the 5th grade.
You know what I think's fascinating?
What?
How many people have girlfriends in 5th grade?
Yeah.
Or in elementary school.
I had so many, more than I've ever had in elementary. I haven't dated a girl since elementary. Not with the serious relationships I was having in elementary.
I know.
Those were legit.
Different strides.
So
middle school comes up. You're having a good time. You're meeting people, right? Social. What happened? What was that like for you?
I think I got progressively less cool. I think I thought I was a lot cooler than I was.
Serious?
Absolutely. I was a super skinny kid.
Skinny?
Skin and bone, man.
You're not skinny now.
I'm not as skinny now, no.
How much you weigh?
Right now, like 195.
195? How tall are you?
6'4".
That's good. Yeah. You got your fighting weight on.
Fighting weight.
That's good. And then what happened along the way? Where did you... Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. What happened along the way in middle school? You're an adolescent boy. Hormones are going nuts.
I think since I was always a taller kid in elementary. No one had grown yet. So I was really good at basketball.
Yeah.
And then as all the kids started getting bigger, I got less and less good at basketball. I was a very late bloomer. So I felt like there was less factors making me cool in middle school. And I was not a popular kid all throughout middle school. So I think in the back of my head, that made me be like, okay, how do I become cool?
Cool.
Popular. And I think that bothered me.
And liked.
I don't know if I liked it, but I had this little posse of my...
No. And like cool, popular, liked by others.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Very good. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think middle school was just basic. I had decent grades. I was in all the advanced classes, but this kind of what you said?
Were you lost?
Glided through. Was I lost?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Lost, no.
You aren't. You're still at peace and at ease every day going into class.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah. When you went home, did you take the school bus?
No.
No?
Maybe.
You got driven?
I think I did like my first year.
Let's say you're on a school bus and you're in your drive home. What was it like for you when you're almost about to pull up to your house? Were you excited to be home? Or did you want to like go out and hang out with your friends? Or
yeah, I think I was excited to go hang out with my friends.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Play all the sports like the kids do.
Yeah. So you're hanging out with your friends, playing sports like the kids do, and getting reasonable grades, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh. And the piano. Wow. It's a full plate.
Except I had I was taking lessons still, yeah.
Yeah.
Found new teachers, was taking lessons still.
So relatively light and an uplifting environment and life up until this point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're cruising right along here. Where'd you go to high school? Dripping Springs?
Dripping Springs High School.
Freaking nailed it. And then, what was that like?
Then it went downhill.
You're kidding me.
No kidding.
What are you talking about?
I think that I became way more rebellious. I think I had such a desire just to be different in a certain way.
Different?
Yes.
Why'd you want to do that?
I don't know, but...
You have to know.
I wasn't good at the sports as much.
Right.
Because tennis wasn't cool enough. Even though I was pretty good at tennis.
Cool enough compared to who?
I don't know, football, basketball. I think I always wanted to be a basketball player. And I got cut. I didn't make the 8th grade team.
Yeah, dude, that's messed up.
And I'd never been the same.
Well, I get it. No, I didn't make the baseball team one year, and it was messed up, dude. It like throws off your whole life. Because your life is this big, and if you have one sport you like and you don't get to do it, it's messed up. So
yeah,
you're in high school in Dripping Springs. Who's your best friend at this point?
I think my buddy Connor.
Connor who?
Connor Mogan.
Is he around?
Oh yeah, we're still really good friends.
Where's he at?
He is living in Kyle right now.
Yeah, South. Okay. What's he doing?
Woodwork, home building, builds gardens for people right now.
Oh, nice. Crafty
dude.
Yep. And so you're in high school, and you said it went downhill. Did you have a time, a day specifically that you made a decision that changed the trajectory of the rest of your life in high school?
Trajectory of the rest of my life? No, it was probably, maybe the first time I smoked weed.
Tell me more about that. Where were you?
I was behind the tennis courts in my local neighborhood.
You were with some friends?
I was with some friends.
And they had been smoking already?
Yeah, no, there was just some older kids. I kind of gravitated towards the older kids that were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
To make me feel cooler.
Yeah, the desire to feel cool. I think a lot of people go through that. A lot of people want that.
Instead of the popular sports kids, it's like the traditional in high school. They're going to all the parties with the pretty girls. I was just hanging out with the older kids who were, because they're quote-unquote druggies maybe.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're two totally different worlds, but they're real. Mm-hmm. You definitely have the athletes. You definitely have the drug guys. Mm-hmm. And sometimes what surprised me is that the athletes would be the drug guys sometimes.
That's
how do y'all do that?
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so you smoke behind the tennis courts in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
And how'd you feel after you did it? Like the day after you're like sobered up or whatever. How'd you feel?
Oh, it was just like, oh my goodness, life is so much better than I thought. I loved it. I was like, oh my goodness.
You didn't feel shame?
Oh, not at all. I was excited.
Your parents never condoned something like that, did they?
I don't think neither of my parents did drugs at all. Neither of them have done a single drug in their
And
life.
have they ever talked about it, though?
No, that's why it didn't really come up.
So that's why you didn't have any guilt.
That's why I didn't have any guilt. I mean, obviously, like, it was kind of like the drug-free campaigns in school. I grew up going to church, but there was never, the pastor never said one thing about drugs, you know? It's like traditional church.
That is fascinating. They talk about sex all the time, right? In church, they're like, you know,
Yeah, I think so.
don't have sex. But drugs, that is so fascinating.
Yeah. So, no, I had no guilt. I think inherently I knew my parents wouldn't want me to do it.
So you went to church?
Yeah. Grew up going to church.
What church? What kind of church?
Baptist church always.
Yeah? So it's a Christian denomination? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Did you go to church here?
Yeah, I started going to Red Rocks like a few months ago.
Oh, I know Red Rocks.
Yeah.
The guy on my show yesterday goes to Red Rocks.
Yeah, a lot of good people there.
Do you know Trentimus Briggs?
Trent Riggs?
Trentimus
Briggs.
Man, I'm going to introduce you to that guy.
Please.
His story's freaking bananas, dude.
Let's go.
So anyways, you smoked the pot.
Smoked the pot.
You loved it.
I loved it.
And then your curiosity's probably piqued. If this is good, what else is good?
Absolutely. Yep.
Tell us the progression of drug use.
Oh, gateway. I think people say like, oh, weed isn't a gateway drug.
It is.
For me, I entered the land of wonders.
Yeah.
Yep.
In high school.
Oh.
How old were you?
15.
Oh, early high school.
Oh, yeah. This is freshman year.
You're 15, you smoke ganja?
Oh, yeah. I did all of them at 15.
What do you mean?
I think, I tripped. I took LSD. I took shrooms. I took every pill on the board.
Yeah.
And that was really it. And there was just like a lot of friends I had in high school there. I was selling drugs to each other. And it was very interesting how like all the privileged kids, higher income neighborhoods, didn't have anything to worry about. So they were all trying to like, it was just interesting, that dynamic.
They were making something to get worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're causing ruckus.
So you were doing, was it to fill any voids in your heart?
Oh, absolutely
You
not.
had love.
Oh.
It was just, I'm trying to fit in and be cool and just jive in school right now. I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah, it wasn't even, like, I think after that, it wasn't like I didn't have this like desire to fit in and be cool anymore.
No?
I just kind of had this I don't give an F mentality and like.
Why'd you have that?
I don't even know where it came from.
It had to come from somewhere, man.
Maybe it was like kind of like not caring about being good sports anymore or any of that. I kind of found a new thing that kind of just made me feel confident.
So you got your confidence from sports initially.
When I was younger. Yeah, probably.
You sure about that?
I think I got my confidence naturally from my just like.
Your ability to do something?
Yeah, my ability just to talk and.
Yeah, well, you had the piano.
I had the piano. I don't
It
think it
wasn't
gave me
good enough?
confidence as a kid.
It wasn't good enough.
I don't think kids knew I played piano. It wasn't like that in my life. It was like something I just went to lessons with after school.
So you really identified with sports. And then
Yeah.
when that kind of got stripped from you, you're like, all right, forget it. What am I going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. That's crazy to think about. That's reality, right? Especially that young age. It's a freaking valuable lesson for parents, dude.
Yeah.
Holy nice. That's a good one. That's freaking gold. So, all right. Did a lot of drugs. What was your family life like when you're hitting up all those bongs and stuff?
Yeah, I think I like deteriorated my family relationship, my household for sure in high school just from.
It was you.
It was me. I mean, coming home high and then like hiding it, and then eventually like doing everything I could to lie and get around it. And then it was just constant deceit, lying about where I was going, sneaking out, this, that. Because all I was doing was getting high, going out, wasting time, and lying about who I was with or where I was going. Pretty consistently all throughout high school.
You ever get reprimanded by your folks in high school? What's the worst recommendation you've gotten? I don't know if that's a real word, but it sounds good.
I don't think I was punished, I guess, verbatim, but there was really nothing they could have done to like truly stop me. And I think they like didn't know how to handle it.
Tell me about the punishment.
The punishment?
Yeah, you're doing things that are like a forbidden thing.
But they didn't know about the hard drugs.
Well, still, you're doing drugs, and you're a kid.
Yeah, they knew about vaping and weed for sure.
Yeah, any parent that finds out their kid's doing drugs, unless they're a drug person themselves, they probably care.
Yeah.
Your parents cared.
Oh, they cared a lot.
And how do they handle it? So what do they do to you? You said you can't go out anymore? You grabbed for a month?
Just basic grounding here and there. I was a sneaky kid. I was a clever kid, man.
What about that was clever? What about you and your actions were clever? How did you be clever?
I think almost like acting in a way. Just like, I think I got really good at like acting like I was sober all the time and almost like completely fabricating my entire life and how I perceive things just so I could actually live this different life and make decisions that they weren't aware of. So like in a way, we didn't have a real relationship in high school because they didn't know who I was or what I was doing really. Because everything I came out of my mouth was like, to them, was just to steer them a different direction.
Did they give any pushback? Did they ever sense that?
Yeah, I believe so. But I mean, truly, honestly, like it's kind of hard to, like you said, like, can you picture your house in elementary school vividly? I'm like, yes. But from ages like 16 to honestly like 20, I can't do that as well. I did like so many, I mean, I was perpetually high from like 16 to like 19.
Yeah, 16 and 19. And what was the lowest point throughout that period of drug use?
In high school, like 16 to
16, 19, 18.
The lowest point.
Yeah. Did you almost pass out and not make it in class one day?
No, I did. I like OD'd on Xanax at school.
You OD'd at Xanax.
OD's a strong word, but like pretty much unconscious. And I had like a coach like call my mom to pick me up.
Because he didn't know what was going on. He just knew you were jacked up.
He knew I was jacked up. But he like, I would have gotten in so much trouble.
If the principal...
anyone had found out.
Right.
Yeah, he like called her to pick me up like behind the scenes. Yeah, that's like the man that made me graduate high school. He also, when I got in a bunch of trouble like my junior year, he convinced them just to take away one of my off periods and put me, he was a special needs teacher. So he took away my off period and made me just be his assistant. And that like had effects on my life I probably don't even give credit to still.
What kind of effects?
Just being more of a caring person, like putting myself out of my own selfish identification with what I want to do with my life. Because like when you're in those rooms, it's about them. Like, I'm not thinking about, what's the next time I can get high? Like, I think it was truly such a valuable lesson of like stepping outside your own shoes and like learning to put other people before yourself.
How does that impact you today?
I think that was just kind of like a seed that was planted for the understanding that it feels good to be good.
Feels good to be good.
And what a beautiful thing that is.
That was your first real taste of it.
Mm-hmm.
You stepped outside yourself and were helping others. All because of a coach.
All because of a coach.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some looking back in high school, the coaches were usually the coolest people.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
I think a lot of them had lessons they wanted to teach, and that's why they stepped into that profession. Because I don't think you go in that profession unless you truly enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the worst of it. Took too many Xannies. Were you crushing them up and rubbing them as paste in your mouth?
I don't think so.
Well, I had a buddy that was doing that. He was addicted to them. He'd take like 8 whole bars a day or something, he said.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, crazy. So, all right, popping them, passed out. Anything else happen in high school with the drug use to where you're like really questioning?
No, I never got in like serious trouble other than that. I think I got like suspended from school for having alcohol there one time.
The art of deception.
Yeah.
You got suspended for having alcohol. Did your parents care?
Yeah.
What'd they do to you?
Oh, that was in my sophomore year. That was like the first time I got in trouble.
What happened?
I think I was grounded for a few months, couldn't leave the house.
Did you leave the house?
I don't think so. I think that was like the most trouble I'd ever gotten in school.
Okay. All right.
And it was like...
Yeah. How'd you get the liquor?
I think I just bought it from some kid who had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the Deep Eddy thing is in drip, like the start of it. So
right
it's Deep
there.
Eddy lemon handle.
Perfect.
Deep Eddy lemon.
Okay. Good stuff.
Didn't take a sip of it. It was just in my backpack, and the girl beside me in class saw it. Snitched on me.
I bet you know who that girl is, too.
I was about to go to a girl's house that night with it. That's why I got it. I remember getting in trouble and like begging my parents just to let me go this one time, and then I could be grounded the rest of school.
Oh.
I had such a crush on that girl at the time.
That could have been a good
Could have been a good night.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how'd you get a car? You had a car growing up?
Yeah, my parents got me a car at 16.
What kind of car?
A Nissan Altima.
Dope. Ripping the streets.
Working the streets,
yeah. Okay. So we're out of high school now. You graduated. You still did well, right? In degree?
No. I did terrible at the end of high school. I stopped caring at all. Went to all regular classes instead of the pre-AP.
Yeah.
And barely just did. I skipped like half of my senior. I like skipped so much school I almost couldn't graduate.
Serious?
Yeah.
How'd you graduate? Because the teacher? Because the coach?
No, it was probably like a collective of a bunch of teachers who because after I started working with special needs kids, my image in the school changed a lot. I think I started taking life a little more seriously.
Yeah.
I had some really good influences, so I stopped having this persona of being proud of the druggy kid Because I used to do that. I used to like brag or like just not care. I'd go to class high and like I wouldn't even care if the teachers knew. After that, like especially like my senior year, I started taking life a little more seriously. I was much more respectful out front to everybody, and I wasn't as proud of it as much. And I kind of slowed down, stopped taking the hard drugs as much. I kind of just had my little friend group that just kind of just did normal partying. But I still like barely graduated school. I had these big dreams of being a rapper. I wanted to be a rapper so bad.
How'd you practice?
I freestyled at every party I went to in high school. Kids would like congregate around me and ask me to do it.
Did you write?
No,
just freestyle.
Absolutely.
Did you practice freestyling a lot in your house?
No.
So only at parties.
I was always naturally good at it. Like I could just do it.
Okay.
It's kind of like piano. I think it's like the same type of thing.
Yeah.
And being drunk, I was always good at it because I think like that part of your brain shut down, the frontal lobe, so I'm not thinking about things, so it would just flow.
I won a rap battle one time when I was 16.
Do it. I mean, yeah.
No. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Where'd you win your rap battle?
Dude, I might have been 17. It was a Sweet 16 birthday party at a club in Poughkeepsie, New York. And it was me and this other kid. And freaking crushed him, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good moment.
It was fantastic. So, all right. Getting the picture. Music's a big part of your life, eh?
Now it is, absolutely.
Yeah. You're singing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible voice.
Thank you.
Mitch. Unbelievable. I was listening. Well, it's believable. You know what I mean? Sorry, I trip up on that word. I was told to not say that anymore. Matt McConaughey said it. He's like, stop saying unbelievable. He's like, stop saying that word. He's like, believe it. Yeah. So now when I say it, I'm like, oh, never mind. You know what I'm saying? It's fired up. It's awesome. Y'all got to check out his stuff. Where can people find it, by the way? We're talking about
Mitch Hetrick on all streaming platforms.
All the streaming platforms.
Yep.
Hetrick.
Correct.
All right, cool. You go. It's time to make a decision. You're gonna go to college. Or you're gonna go to the military. You're gonna go to workforce. What do you do?
I didn't apply to a single college. I like barely graduated high school days before we were supposed to walk.
Yeah.
Because I skipped my final my junior year. I was a year ahead of math from earlier and skipped my final, failed the semester because of it, and barely graduated like online, like days before. Like a friend's mom was helping me do it. And so it was kind of like this funny thing. We're like, oh, we finally graduated. But I was taking life more seriously, thinking about like, okay, what do I need to do? And I had this dream of being, I don't know what it was, like a rapper, this or that. But I really never practiced music. Like I was barely playing piano anymore. All I cared about was partying and having fun in life. Kind of like a traditional, not as big of a druggie, but it's like a traditional privileged kid coming from a wealthy American district. And yeah, I started going to ACC Hayes, like a few classes, and I went to like 4 or 5 classes and never went back. I was like, this isn't for me. And I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I hated it. Could not sit through a class.
What did your parents think when you left school?
I mean, by this point, I think they were just happy I was alive and doing something. They've always been like, they're tremendous people, been super supportive of me through every step. And I mean, people always say that you can't prepare for parenting, you know?
Yeah.
And I threw them for a whirlwind, man. 100%. So,
was you ever angry? Did you ever display anger?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What made you angry?
That they didn't want me to get high and I wanted to. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
wow,
I can't remember the last time either of us raised our voices at each other.
Right. It's dead and gone.
We have such a great relationship now, and it's because like they saw me through like thick and thin, the worst of it, to like the long journey. And so I think without what I had gone through, I wouldn't be able to talk about what I am now, but we wouldn't have the relationship that we have right now as well.
Right. Which
is on such a deeper level, which is like past just the traditional like parent-child relationship. It's like, you know, there's deeper levels to it, you know? But you're saying, what was I going to do with my life? I wanted to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know social media. I had like 200 followers on Instagram just from like basic kids posting like, oh, I eat ice cream for dinner, you know, on Instagram. And at this time, TikTok had just become a thing. You know, just graduate high school was just a thing, but everyone made fun of it. We all collectively made fun of it. Like, oh my God, TikTok, what is this?
Was it for kids?
It was for kids, man.
Because it was Musically.
Yeah, at first it was Musically.
Yeah.
But this was like when people were starting to like blow up on it a little bit and starting to post. And so I remember when I was 19, I was like just living in one of my like best friend's dorms at Texas State, like just living on a mattress with them, probably drinking a handle of Fireball at night. I was partying like I went to Texas State without going there.
Yeah.
And I posted a video of me with 2 black guys playing piano. And in the video, I just went like, yeah, bitch, and started playing rapidly fast. And I woke up the next day and I had 2.5 million views. I had 30,000 followers, and I got 1,000 followers on Instagram from that, and I had hundreds of DMs. And I was like, I'm famous. It's like, this is it. This is my shot. Because whether I admitted it or not, deep down, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had this sort of music dream with no real effort towards it, because all I cared about and all I knew was partying, girls, and having fun. And I was like, this is my golden ticket to fame. I didn't know anything about TikTok, and I never was consistent with it either, really. But what it did give me was just like, it melted away all insecurity and doubt, and was like, I can do anything. It gave me this mindset to like take over the world. And that was the start of the motor bump phase.
What did you call it?
The motor bump.
Why'd you call it that?
The motor bump?
What is that?
That was my rapper name.
Motor bump.
Motor bump.
Stick 'em. Ha, ha, ha. Stick a motor bump in the house. And I'm quiet like a church mouse. Turn up the heat. Listen to my freaking beat. What?
Is that a freestyle?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That was good.
So, you know, I'm from Poughkeepsie, which is an hour north of the Bronx in Manhattan. Yeah, it was all a dream. Birthdays were the worst days. Now I sip champagne when I'm Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Biggie. So, oh, man. All right. You're blowing up on TikTok. You don't know what, there's a ton of energy. You got to manage this energy. How'd that impact you?
Well, I was freestyling at a party in San Marcos. Less of a party and more of an apartment full of degenerates. And I met this guy who was his party promoter, like 20K on Instagram or something, just threw a bunch of events and parties. And he was like, I don't know how the night went on, but he was like, I'll be your manager. I managed all these big artists before. They're now in LA and doing big things. He was like, I'll be your manager. And me and him were like, let's do it. Yeah. And so after that, I just started hanging out with him. And he was hanging out with like some like bigger YouTubers in Austin. The biggest one has like a little over 1 million subscribers, but like all the YouTubers in Austin, like from like 100K to whatever the million subscribers, hung out together. Yeah. I think they all lived in a house together at one point. Because there wasn't that many.
But, any names?
No names for y'all. No names for you.
Wow.
All
right.
It's digital footprint. You can find it if you can. You can go look at it.
Okay.
Not hard to find.
Your friends. They're your YouTube friends. That's good.
At the time, I mean, I don't talk to any of them anymore.
Well, yeah.
Wish them all the best for sure.
Yeah.
But when I was 19, I, went to one of the big ones, condo party, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hanging out with these people with followers. I've never met anyone with followers. This guy's making 20K a month, like.
Big deal.
Big deal. It's like because before that, all I had known was partying with the little kids I grew up with or whatever. And I went up to, I freestyled at his condo, like rap battled with another rapper there. And I told him, I like saw an opportunity, like I felt it, like it was like a rush in my heart because he was talking about his music getting copyrighted in videos. Because if you're like in a bar and like there's music playing in the background, your video can get copyrighted by a label or whoever. So I was like, I'll make personalized music for your videos, whatever you want. Went in the studio the next day. I made a song called like his username Anthem, and like so using his videos and stuff, and kind of just did that for every video. If he had a video about doing X and Y, I would go to the studio and make a song like X and Y, and he like use it as like the front of like his intro. And like some of the other YouTubers did like similar things, and then I just started like rolling in this posse.
Yeah, getting plugged in.
Cameras on me.
Yeah. How long?
It was probably like 6 months before I like went out to LA for a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the time, I mean, it really wasn't like cool at all. Like it was just like, but to me, it was like I made it at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like not thinking about anything else. I was just like, I wasn't thinking at all. I was just like going with the hype of it because I was so excited.
Rightfully so.
But I made a lot of big mistakes. I mean, I had no awareness of my actions. I think I like unfollowed everyone I knew on Instagram, and I like just I remember looking back at stuff I was posting in my story. And I genuinely feel like I was under a spell. Like I don't remember half of the things I was like posting and doing, which is very interesting.
Under a spell.
What put me in the spell?
Who put you under it?
I think no one but yourself.
You did?
Absolutely.
Did you want to?
I think at the time, I think it was a way to cope with the massive insecurity and doubt that I had no idea where I was going with my life or what I was going to do. That I was just like blinding with alcohol.
Yeah.
And partying.
Fear-driven.
Fun. Yeah, it was definitely fear-driven, I guess.
Do you still have a sense of fear like that now?
a sense of fear and doubt of like where I'm going in life, what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Not at all.
No.
It's complete opposite now.
Really? What has that done for you now that you've removed that?
It's just more of a sense of peace.
You have peace in your life?
Absolutely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you think you feel centered?
7 out of 10.
Yeah? What makes it a 7?
I think just like building habits of like constant self-talk and like positive thoughts, writing, reading, little habits. It's not like autopilot. I don't think anyone has autopilot peace. It is work.
Yeah.
And you got to control your choices and like what thoughts you allow in your brain.
Mm-hmm. What would you change? What would you do differently in your life to make it a 10? How would you get more peace and centeredness?
I think letting go of some desires for attention from certain social aspects, like I was bringing up earlier, whether it's women or this or that, because it is. I admit it's definitely hard to try to. It's super easy to live and be proud of the life you're living in a different way, quote unquote, by trying to be disciplined, working hard. But there's definitely a sense of feeling left out when there's so little people your own age that at least I know, like around me in this community, doing that. Yeah. So I think that's it. I guess I'll have that sense of feeling.
What happens if you feel left out? What does that mean?
I think every once in a while I'll go out still with some friends and stuff. And then like the next day I'm always just like, why did I do that? Like, why did I have this like urge just like to do it?
Why? Do you know why?
Why do I do it?
Yeah. Why'd you have the urge?
I think that's questions I need to ask more. Where's the urge come from? Why?
Yeah. Where?
Physically, it feels like right here.
You have the urge that's pulling you?
Yeah. It feels like it's pulling.
Why here?
I don't know.
What's it do when you go out? The feeling goes away?
No.
Is it sad?
No, it's almost like a FOMO kind of feeling.
Fear.
Yeah.
What are you afraid of?
I guess it's a similar thing of like not being cool.
Patterns. Do you love yourself?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think you do too.
I do.
That's good. All right, so you got the couple of years with the YouTube guys. No, months.
Months, yeah.
6 months.
A little short.
And then what happened? How'd you get disbanded from those people?
Well, because I planned on going to LA for like 2 weeks to hang out, and I ended up staying there for like a few months. Like, I guess you can call that living there, quote unquote. Like, lived there for a little bit, but like hop around Airbnb, and I just played the game of going up to anybody I saw that I knew that had followers at whatever party.
Yeah.
Even like the biggest guy I met, like I still talk to this day. I saw him like at a gas station, and some nice Mercedes, 2 girls beside him. He goes up to the gas station to buy some stuff. I walk up to him, I pay for his stuff.
Yeah, because you're networking. Trying to get plugged into the scene.
Even if it was like $5 worth of like whatever he was buying, like Gatorade or something, buy it, and then go over there and we exchange numbers. And he calls me like a few days later.
What'd you guys talk about?
That's super interesting because that was like, I think our conversations, and I still text him to this day, I think our conversations like really sparked a lot of self-realization in myself, because we talked about God, we talked about like making a difference in our own lives, like what was going on, because I think he was in a similar position. His name's Icy Narco. He was like, blew up like huge in like the SoundCloud rapper era, you know what I mean? He signed to a label early on for a bunch of money. I think he told me openly, like he's just like wasted it, and now he's out of his deal later, he's like back in Miami, he posts Bible verses on his story almost every day, him working out. And I think he's just making like, trying to gain his financial literacy and hopes to teach other people the same thing, especially artists. So he's been telling me he's like wants to help me market, and he's on his own journey too. So I think our conversations was a big deal because it wasn't what I was expecting to hear from someone that I saw that has 100 million plays of music and 250,000 on Instagram. So because other people like him you go to see, and they're in some crammed apartment that they're paying $4,000 a month for, all with slammed suitcases full of designer clothes all over the place.
Yeah.
And you just see like the lifestyle they're living behind the scenes. And I think like a little piece of that, like I was like, what I thought I desired to be in this lifestyle I'm living now, like this is it.
Yeah.
Like I never dreamed bigger than that. I was like, this is it. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, is this where I'm headed? Even if like I had the max success of like what I thought I was going to do in my head, I was like, is this it? I was like, holy crap. So it was like a punch of reality questions in and out. And I went broke. Like
in Los Angeles.
I went broke in Los Angeles. I remember swiping my card one day and checked my bank account. I was like, went there with like $15K, spent it all.
Goes quick.
It was quick. And yeah, called my parents to fly me home. And thank God they're the people they are, because kind of like the biblical story of the son who wastes his father's inheritance, goes and lives a terrible life, and then comes home and it plans on just asking his dad to let him be a servant at his father's house, and his father throws a feast and opens him with welcome arms and kills the fattest calf, like my son's home. That's what it always felt like my parents.
Yeah.
With me.
Wow, dude. It's pretty cool.
Because my sister was like straight arrow, hasn't made a mistake in her life. Like,
yeah.
So, I go home and a lady on the plane next to me, like, asked me on flying home, it's like, do you know who Jesus is? And I was like, yeah, I grew up Christian, but it was a mix of like LA, seeing the stuff I just talked about, the direction I was heading, meeting the people I thought I wanted to be like, and then that on the plane. And I swear, like, I remember specifically on that plane, it was like the defining moment in my life from childhood to where I am now, of like, I felt like it was the first time I was ever self-aware and like really thought about my decisions, really thought about everything. Of like, I started asking like, why was I the person I am now? Why do I make the decisions I do? Why do I want the things I want? What created that? And it's kind of like went down this like cycle of questions, and it was overwhelming. And it was like, oh my goodness, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea who I am. I don't know what I want anymore. What's going on? And then, I go home and these questions just led to a deep, deep despair and like guilt from every decision I'd made, how I treated my friends, my parents, my family, like all of like the realization of like how my actions actually felt to other people as well as myself. I remember thinking like, I felt worthless. I was thinking about girls. I was thinking about hookups. I was thinking about the drugs I did. And it all scared me. And like, I remember being on my knees like pretty shortly after that, like just wailing to the sky. I mean, for like an hour. It was like begging, like I was literally like, I'll do anything to make me a better person. Like I will do anything. Like it's all I cared about. It was just like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it felt like I wasn't doing it. Like similar, like when I said like a freestyle and things come out, like it felt like someone was just pulling things out of my brain, and I was like naming mistakes I had made and things I had done that I never even thought about that were mistakes before. And, and I think like, that just led to a personal development journey that wasn't just a normal person development journey of like losing weight or something like that. Like it was like, I think I'm a terrible person and I'm trying to like become better. And I think everybody around me thinks I'm a terrible person too. And how am I ever going to change like my image? And that was like the start of that. And it made me separate from music. Like I said, when I quit Dreamland, I was suppressing all those things. I made it to Dreamland, like doing the marketing, kind of the same talents I was good at, but I wasn't marketing myself. And I was doing the CrossFit and doing all these things, but I wasn't tackling the mental adversities I knew I had to conquer. So I don't know why I just had to lay that out, but I was rambling.
It's helpful.
That's like kind of what's led to me now is how can I intertwine the desire to live life to the fullest, kind of like we described, like the guys having fun here. Because I was always just a kid who wanted to have fun. I wasn't filling a void. I just wanted to have fun. I was like, how can I change the culture of entertainment so when kids say I want to be a rock star, I want to live life to the fullest, they think of a life on fire and not like the drug, sex, and rock and roll that's normally displayed. That's where Project Wildfire came from, was that like trying to rebrand personal development and a life of service to be entertaining, to be fun, to be the new cool.
Yeah.
Because I think entertainers are the biggest influence on the next generation. And so if I can start a wildfire of entertainers kind of challenging typical culture and making it the new cool, to setting online trends to do these things, it wouldn't be educating kids telling them what to do. It would like literally be making it the new culture, like what's in. Can we make being a good person what's in? And I think Austin's kind of doing that.
Gary Vaynerchuk is doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Yeah. He's like humility. He teaches a lot of good principles over and over.
It doesn't feel like he's teaching. He's just like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
I think there's like that gap.
You got a great point. The entertainment industry is at the forefront of educating the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. After was that the low point / high point? It seemed like both. It was a breakdown and a breakthrough all at once.
Oh, that was
you were back at your house.
Yeah. Oh, because I had never had mental health problems growing up. Like, I was always just like kid who wanted fun, but I was truly suicidal. Like, I was on the brink of things. I didn't know what to do. I was
how long?
Few months. I didn't talk to a soul. I didn't leave my parents' house for at least, I don't know, 6 months. It was just like reading the Bible. That was before I started fitness. when I was just trying to read the Bible, I was probably playing like 6 hours of video games a day. And I never played video games either. I just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was overwhelming because like I think I realize that like people who probably saw my phone that I grew up with were like, oh, this guy's a mess. Like, oh, I feel so bad. I'm worried about Mitchell, what he's doing. But in my head, I was like, oh, I made it. Everyone thinks I made it. And now I'm broke and suicidal and don't know what to do.
When you say they saw your phone, what do you mean?
Wait, say it again?
You said the people that saw your phone?
Well, CC saw me on their phones.
Saw you on their phone. They thought you...
With the YouTubers or whatever.
Yeah. They thought you kind of lost it.
Yes.
By seeing
I agree.
you. Is that right?
Doing the things I was doing.
What kind of things were you doing?
Just being obnoxious and partying my butt off. And it wasn't like good, valuable content anyway.
Oh?
No.
Entertaining?
Entertaining to...
Is Steve will do on there?
No.
Steve?
No, but like
right.
that kind of like degenerate kind of content.
Yeah, like Nelk.
Even those guys are like changing their lives now. They're posting about their fitness journeys and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 30, so they should, but...
Good point. Turn it around, Steve. And Nelk Boys. Nelk Boys saw Trump.
I know.
At the White House.
Think about the influence those guys have on young men in America.
Yeah.
It's immense.
Full send.
Full send, dude.
They say that all the time.
I know guys my age that have full send head to toe, all the merch and stuff.
Bunch of old dudes. Full march. Just kidding. They're not old. But, all right. Let's keep going. That was good. How'd you get out of that dark point? What clicked?
I don't think anything clicked.
No?
No. I think what finally got me out of the dark point was like, I think there was bits and pieces of darkness still until 6 months ago. It wasn't until I like made a decision to like release music and like put myself out there back on the internet. Like I didn't have an Instagram post until January. I released both my songs in December, January this year, and then started posting on Instagram again in January, like right before we met. So that was kind of like the final of like, it didn't seem like a big deal at all. And I have no online traction. I have no motion anymore in any way. But to me, it was everything. It was like, okay, I'm doing this again.
In a different way.
Because, yeah, what broke the darkness, I guess, was CrossFit changed my life, absolutely. Because I was always a skinny kid and stuff. And learning to, like, actually just work your butt off and be disciplined in those things, because it's hard. CrossFit's a hard thing to, like, never work out in your life and just get thrown into. And
yeah, it's tough.
So that changed my life. I had discipline everywhere. Reading was huge. I'd never read a book since I was like 14. And so writing every day, journaling, laying my thoughts on the paper. I have like 8 journals completely full since this time. I still have my room. And I still write every morning, every night. And so reading was huge. Writing was huge. I also did a ton of untraditional education because I didn't have a desire to become educated, like I said, until then. Now I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to read everything. I wanted to learn all I could. Because I think that desire came because I truly just wanted to be a better person. I felt like I was at rock bottom, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So.
What kind of non-traditional education tactics did you implement?
Just like guys we see online doing their courses.
Yeah.
You know.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. A lot of it was really good stuff. I think it's immense value. I don't regret a single one of the ones I bought. I think they were all incredible.
Especially if you approach them with intention to change. You're going to get some gold out of it. Right.
Same thing. If you like really desire to be whatever profession in college, I think you'll get a lot out of it. You know, there's a lot of resources in certain college, but I think most kids just go to college just because their entire focus is the social aspect.
Yeah. You just reminded me of another Gary Vaynerchuk quote. He said that the gold in college is the relationships that you make. Is it? It could be the education that you get. It could be both.
Could be both.
Yeah. Or one or the other. So, man, this is a compelling story here. It's like it is a roller coaster ride. Yeah. When you wake up lately, say it's today you woke up, what got you jazzed about the day? What typically gets you excited?
I don't think it's what gets me excited less than like I get myself excited. I used to wake up and like scream because I used to wake up and I was never a morning person. I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, you kind of have this like overwhelming feeling about the day and you started. And I wake up and I'm hyped now. Every morning, I'm such a morning person now.
Yeah,
and I wrote
mindset.
I know. I wrote like a tweet thread, like probably like a year ago when I was like doing a bunch of like kind of tweeting my progress. And it was the things I do. I started taking cold showers, started waking up and screaming, and then I'd like literally get myself hype. And I did it every day for like a year. And now I wake up and I like feel hype.
Yeah,
like naturally. Like I built that neuron pathway in my brain. That's like that's how my autopilot runs now.
Yes.
So Like I give myself hype, and I'll instantly like express gratitude. Just be like, I don't do it every morning. I'm gonna act like this, but like especially this morning, I woke up. I was like, look at this bed. Like look at this room. Look at this roof. I was like, I made it. Like there's so much to be grateful for. And try to put yourself in perspective instantly. And be like, there's so much I can do today. It's just like another opportunity.
So you've had some peaks and valleys throughout your life so far, and it seems like you're still on the rise out of a valley that happened not that long ago.
Yeah, I feel like it's just beginning.
It's just beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to the most over the next few years?
I think being able to make impact through telling my story while making a real difference in communities. Because I don't just want to like tell my story, build this personal brand, or like I think traditionally people are like, I want Project Wildfire to be bigger than myself. Like I genuinely do want to do a ton of community impact projects. Like there's not just one like nonprofit cause I want to work on in any regard. It's truly of seeing like how much we can do. And kind of build a impact around that. The same way like someone like Note Boys, I'd be like, how much fun can we have? They don't have one niche. They just have this kind of like emotion they're selling as a brand of living life to the fullest.
Yeah. And
I kind of want to replicate that. Like I want to build this brand about living life to the fullest. And it's like, how much fun can we have? But like, we're not doing the same thing. We're not going to a wine tour and, crashing the whole thing and causing ruckus and entertaining. Like, I believe we can give back to community, build, and still be entertaining.
Positive
impact. So that's kind of what the goal is. And I don't know exactly what that looks like, but it's just like a super exciting, like feeling that I'm chasing.
Yeah. What have you been implementing typically to see that come true? What activities do you do that really ties you into that emotion?
Definitely fitness, anything sports or fitness.
Yeah.
Like personally, just kind of make me, but also just giving back in any way. Of our next big project is, because I don't know if you saw our website, we've just done like anytime like I hear of some nonprofit thing, like last year, for example, Helping Hands does a empty bowls drive.
Yeah.
Where they get pottery studios to donate bowls and they fill them with soup and sell them for X a piece and raise money for Helping Hands. So they lost a lot of donators during COVID because a lot of studios shut down. And so my mom told me that, and I was like, oh, I just went to a pottery studio last week of this guy who like just started it and just opened it. So I went to him, pitched the idea. He was like, yeah. And we just made a ton of bowls, set up classes, and donated it all there. And we raised $500,000 for him.
There you go.
So I think those little things like that. And this year, I work special needs kids. And so I'm super excited to like put something together. But there's no wheel that needs to be reinvented. There's like an 18+ program that tries to like create different activities, programs, things for special needs adults to do in society. But they need help with programming, volunteers, do more things. So I just talked to a collective the other day, kind of brought up the idea. There's a few pro athletes I'm about to talk to, I got connected with, and I'm just going to brainstorm, pool resources, bring minds together, kind of be a connector and be like, hey, how can we support this? How can we put some new rims on these tires? Not reinvent the wheel, but whether it's like a monthly rec day or something like that. But I don't know what it is, but just support it how I can and bring the wildfire to it, baby. And so I want to do that over and over and over again as I grow as like a musician, an actor, whatever it is. As I grow and build my network, keep my eye out and just make as much positive difference as I can and try to build this lifestyle brand basically out of it.
How do people get plugged into the Project Wildfire?
How do they get plugged in? Are you telling me like how can I tell them to get plugged in, or in day-to-day life, how do they let's say they want to participate, can they? Yeah, I mean, just DMing us on Instagram.
Yeah. And let's say they do. What happens next?
I mean, next time there's a volunteer opportunity, they'll get an email. I'll just get their email and
let them know.
It's
pretty good.
I mean, I don't have a big following at all. I mean,
that's okay.
Like you said, fairly new in a way. And so I'm still trying to
define it.
Exactly. Because really this is like, it started as like, because of my story. I was like, okay, I need to make being a good, cool person cool, because I don't want any kid to have to go through what I went through just a desire to be a good person. Like I had to make all the mistakes I did and go to the darkest place in my life just to desire to be a good person. What? How can we like make kids truly desire to be good people and not just like, and challenge what they see? Like not just challenge success. Like we said, challenge fun. What do those things mean? And so, and I just wanted to blend those worlds, the worlds that shaped me of watching entertainment on my phone and the life I come to learn that we see behind the scenes in Austin of so many amazing people.
Yeah.
And use the resources we have right now which is the internet that can spread across the world and build a lifestyle brand around that. So I'm definitely still defining it.
It's fired up, dude.
Fired up.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah. If it, with passion comes endless appetite.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's have a little fun game.
Let's do it.
You ready for you like fun?
I like fun and games.
All right. Well, hopefully this one's fun for you.
All right.
A little rapid fire questionnaire. Here we go.
Hit me.
Best date spot in Austin?
Barton Springs.
Who makes the best taco in Austin?
Bear Cruz.
What's the best view in Austin?
360 Bridge.
Who's one person that you want to talk to that you haven't been able to talk to yet in life? That's alive.
Chris Williamson.
Chris freaking Williamson. Works out on it. I saw him. I shook his hand a couple weeks ago.
Let's go.
I said, hey, you that podcast guy? He goes, yeah. I go, what's your name? Chris? Or whatever his accent. I was like, he just looked different in real life. He had a beard-ish.
Huh.
So yeah, dude. Maybe you should work out on it. Because you go to, well, I know you go to another gym. I know you're devoted to another gym. But if you want Chris Williamson, somebody's girlfriend. Chris Bates' girlfriend. Courtney knows him.
I know Chris Bates.
Yeah, his girlfriend Courtney. And Courtney was at the party that we were talking
Yeah,
about.
the tall one.
She's the tall one. She knows him. She's like, happy birthday, Chris. Selfies and stuff. What?
Go Courtney.
Go you.
Go you.
Yo, Courtney. I want to interview Chris on my podcast. Go for it. Yeah, dude. Chris, you got to talk to Mitch and do some big things together. Project Wildfire. That'd be badass, dude. Freaking collab. Wow. So what's the message? Let's say it's 300 years from now and your great grandkids are listening to this. What's the message you want to leave for them and also the world?
I'm not sure how to put it into words yet. And I feel like it's my motto in life. And it is. It's like, because we hear pursue happiness, pursue success, like work hard, these things like that. But how do we get people to have a deeper understanding of those things and why they want them? Because that's the real key.
They got to go deep, dude.
They got to go deeper. I guess that's the thing, is go deep.
They have to want it.
They got to want it. It's like, challenge your perspective all the time.
Yes.
Don't just chase success and living life to the fullest, but challenge what those things are and why you want them to be the way you picture them. And is that like truly the best for you and the people around you and the most positive way to live your life?
You're a church guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to Red Rocks. Yeah. I was there a couple weeks ago. Stood up front. We danced the whole time.
Let's go.
It was phenomenal. It was the one about pornography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And where's it going with this? Oh, yeah. A lot of biblical principles arise when people dig deep into why they want something. I think the biblical principles will help somebody understand of why they want something is if it's either healthy or not healthy. Like seeking approval of others. Why do I want to do this? Because I want to seek the approval of others. Well, in the Bible, it clearly states, don't do that, right? Why do I want that girl?
So other people see me with that girl?
Maybe. I don't know if that's a thing. Or maybe like, well, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of principles in the Bible that are clearly spelled out, and then you can kind of fact check yourself against those. And then I kind of tell you if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know there's 163 commandments? I learned that today at church. We're used to the 10, but then the guy's like, there's actually 163 of them.
Throughout the Bible, it's like direct orders from God?
Oh. If you don't know, now you know. Another Biggie reference, bro.
You're full of them.
So, dude, how do people get a hold of you specifically if they want to connect with you, grab coffee, mastermind?
I guess, yeah, DM on Instagram. Mitch Hetrick is my username on everything, music and socials.
You locked them in.
Lock them in.
Any relation to Sarah Hetrick?
No. She got a ancestry test, and she wants me to get it too. Because Hetrick's not a super popular last name.
Yeah, the blonde girl here in Austin's church. Red Rocks. She goes to Red Rocks, too.
Yep.
Did you know this?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
She's my unproven cousin. Of course I know this.
Y'all don't look alike.
Yeah, I know. We don't look alike.
Your noses? No.
Nothing's similar.
Her dad, San Diego guy. Your dad, Alabama guy.
I don't think we're related, but it's possible it's like 10 across. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm related to Barack Obama.
I mean, I'm probably related to Sarah as much as you are to Barack Obama.
Yep. In one way. Yeah, my Aunt Mary did one of those tests, dude. And, yeah. So there.
There you go.
That's so funny. Folks, dude, any words of inspiration to close us out? Any last messages you want to share here today? No pressure.
Go absorb the sun while it's still beautiful right now. People complain when it's hot. They complain when it's cold, but they don't express joy when it's perfect. It's perfect right now, baby. Go absorb it.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's good, let it be good and enjoy. Till next time, folks. Greg Carlson, Mitch Hetrick, Pivotal Moments Podcast. Stay fired up.
Stay fired up.